Hello, my name is Stacey Garrett, and I am the VP of Marketing for Ideation Creative Brand Management. And today I have brought on one of our account managers, Sarah Berg. She is an expert at all things graphics, and we're here to show you how to take a Canva file, because we know that is a popular platform for designing all things creative. And we are going to show you how to export that to get the best possible results when printing high resolution graphics and images for merch, especially, but even printed files. So Sarah's here is going to screen share for us on and show us exactly what to do. So take it away, Sarah.
Thank you, Stacy. I have this file already ready to go for you guys today, so this should be pretty quick and simple. This is the document we created, which tells people the best way to download files from Canva. So we're gonna use that as our sample today. And you'll notice this file doesn't have any color that bleeds off the edge. And if you don't have any color that bleeds off the edge, then you don't need to add bleeds. However, if you want your color to bleed off the edge, we have to add bleeds, and you have to tell Canva that you want them. It's pretty simple
And
to do.
quick question. So you know that this file isn't set up with bleeds because that orange, for example, stops with a white margin around the page, right?
That's correct. There's white all the way around the complete document. That's correct.
Perfect.
And you should allow at least 1/8 of an inch. If you're not going to bleed your art, you don't want to get it too close to the edge.
Yeah.
So we're going to add a bleed to this document so you know how to do that in case you want to do that. So you go to File, you go down to Settings, and then you go Show Print Bleed. And it's going to show you this line right here, the purple line as I hover over it, that's your bleed line. So any color that's going to bleed off the edge, you want to bleed all the way out to that line. And again, that is 1/8 of an inch bleed. So you want to make sure you have that much on the outside to make sure when it gets trimmed that it still bleeds. So we're going to add a background art to this so it does bleed. And I have that ready to go here. I'm just going to drag this artwork on here. And if you hover over the different shapes in Canva, it usually will automatically size to that box that you have there. So that's pretty quick little tip too. You
Oh,
can see that we have the art now with a colored bleed. It bleeds off all of the edges. I'll make this a little smaller so you can see the bottom. There we go. So there's your artwork with a bleed. And then I'm also going to send this to back, because you always want your artwork that's going to be in the back or bleed off. You usually want it to be in the back. So we're going to go ahead and change that to send it to the back. And then our contact information will show up because that was in my artwork. And there we go. So the next step is to download quality art for us. And the best option is to do that as a PDF. And you click on share, and then you'll see you have all these different options of how you want to go ahead and download it. And we are going to download it as a PDF. So we're going to click on download, and we're going to click on this drop down, and we're going to change it to PDF, best for printing.
perfect.
PDF print. There's different types of PDFs, but PDF print is going to be the highest quality PDF. And then we want to make sure if we have a bleed that we select crop marks and bleed so that it includes that. And then for RGB or CMYK, this is kind of a tough one. If you're going to digitally print a job, technically you'd want it to be RGB, but most of the time we need it to be CMYK. So go ahead and select CMYK, and then we are going to hit download. It takes a minute for this to do its thing.
Partly because it's a larger file size, which might be alarming, but that's what we need to print the best quality. And those files also allow us to expand the size a little bit more if it's not exactly to size.
And it's going to ask you where you want to save it. You can save it wherever you like and hit save. And then all you need to do is send us that file.
Perfect. So we are happy to do the design for you. We have graphic designers on staff that can help with any design pieces. But if you have an artwork that you've created in Canva and you want us to print it, or at least be able to edit it to make it into the print file that you want, this is the best way to do it, to send us that prepared file. So we will include links to this PDF And we're always here to help answer any questions you have. Thank you so much for this hands-on showing us in real life, Sarah. I have personally barely used Canva because I'm an Adobe Illustrator girl personally, but I know that it is something we have to adapt to, people using Canva for their design because it does allow a lot of creativity. And we just want it to still look as great as you think it's looking on your screen. So thank you so much.
Thank you.